I was about 12 years old. He was about 75, I guess. He wore an old felt hat, looked like a rat's had eaten it up a couple of times, you know. Smoked an old pipe. You thought he hadn't cleaned the thing out in 6 years, something, you know, burnt down to the stem on it, you know. And he'd put him a little bit of Prince Albert tobacco in it, you know, and light the thing up. You could smell him coming, you know. But anyhow, he was a good man. Farmed all of his life. Mules, one road tractor. Made a living right there on a little 70-acre farm. I went over there one day, and he's gonna feed some old hogs. So I said, Mr. Waddell, you need a little help? He said, yeah, I do. Little Jerry said, you want to go with me and hook this old trailer up? I said, I will. Went down to the barn. He backed up to an old two-wheel wagon, so we dropped a pin in it. Eased on down there in the pasture where them old sows and pigs was, and he told me, he says, you go ahead and pull the pin out of this wagon. Every time you pull the pin out of it, the thing will rear up with you, you know. And he said, just go ahead and pull the tailgate out of it. I asked him, I said, Mr. Waddell, I said, you gonna feed all this corn to these hogs? He said, I am. He says, let me tell you something, little sonny boy. He says, you can't starve a prophet out of nothing. And I always remember just what he told me. You can't starve a prophet out of nothing. He fed all that corn to them old sows. And I've always remembered that since then. Farming is like having a house full of young'uns sitting at the table. If you put a house full of young'uns around the table, and you call them for a lunch, and you put the plates out there and there's nothing in it, they start beating them spoons against the table, nothing to eat. That's just the way your crop is. If you don't go put some fertilizer out in that field, don't expect them young'uns to grow, and don't expect that corn to grow, because if you don't put some fertilizer on it, that's just the way it is. You will not make a crop. If you don't make a crop, you can't feed them young'uns around the table. You can't pay your bills. And it's one of the saddest moments you ever had when you go to the bank and you can't go tell the man that you hadn't got any money to pay the bills. If I went and started all over again, I don't know nothing I'd do, nothing no better, except I'd just be a little bit wiser. I'd know what to do. The old man says, you see an old man sitting around a barn in an old chair on an old keg with his head down, don't think he's sitting there asleep. He's sitting there thinking. He's like a stalk of wheat. When it gets mature, it drops his head. Just because that stalk of wheat drops his head, it's not through. And that's the way the old man is sitting around the barn. If you want some wisdom, you go over and you sit down and you try to talk to him a little bit. He'll tell you some wisdom. Yeah.